So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a freaking massive game. This game has got so much to do. There are so many new mechanics to learn and stuff like that. And because of that, that also means there are a lot of mistakes that you can make in this game. So today I wanted to go over 5 easy mistakes you guys should be avoiding in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, the first one is to do with the cushions. This allows you to pretty much rest and restore your HP and MP. And this is going to save you all of the materials that you need to make these cushions. At the Chocobo stations, you can use a cushion, and like I said, that will restore your HP and MP. But the thing with the Chocobo stations is that they are also a fast travel point. What this means is that instead of using a cushion each time and then wasting it, all you need to do is just find a fast travel point on the map where you know there's a bench nearby. Now, an easy one early on in the game is Bill's Ranch. You can essentially just fast travel here, and then over to the left there is a bench that you can sit on. Obviously just head up, sit on the bench, restore your HP and your MP, and then simply just fast travel back to the Chocobo point that you were just at. This is going to save you using those cushions, and yet you're not going to have to go wandering around trying to find a bench each time. And this is especially helpful once you kind of learn the map and learn where those benches are. So keep your eyes out for benches, take note if they are near a fast travel point, and from there on, whenever you do need to rest, you have an easy way to do so and get back to where you were to continue on your journey. Now, another mistake that can be made early on, and this is very early in the game, so there's a chance you guys may have already made this mistake, to be honest, at which point it is probably too late, but this is for anyone who's very early on in the game. Once you get to the City of Calm, do not buy the sleek saber that you can find at this vendor, because you can actually get it completely for free in a chest, only about an hour or so further from where you are at that point in the story. Once you finally unlock your chocobos, and you do need to cross the swamp area, this is a main path section that you have to get through early on in the game. You'll find this hut, and like I said, you have to go here for part of the story. Now, there is a purple chest here, which is pretty much unmissable. It's not really hidden or anything like that. And if you go to this chest, you will just get that sleek saber completely for free, where this thing actually costs 3,000 gil at that vendor. So I'm really hoping this isn't too late for you guys. I'm hoping I can kind of beat you guys to getting to this section of the game, because you can save yourself 3,000 gil and still get the exact same weapon, which I'll be honest is a very, very solid weapon, and it is probably one of the best in the game, at least early on anyway. Now, another mistake that can be made is essentially hoarding your items, because for those who didn't know, you can only hold 99 items of any type. What you want to be doing is essentially keeping an eye on all of the items that you have, and if you see some that are getting close to having 99 of them, you want to either try and use them to craft items that are useful. Even stuff that maybe isn't that useful, but you haven't crafted it yet, you can obviously still do that to gain your craftsmanship XP. Or if those materials seem absolutely useless, then you may as well just sell them off for some easy gil. What happens when you have 99 of these items, if you try and pick up any more, they will essentially just be deleted, and therefore you're actually not gaining any more materials of that kind. So be sure to sort of regularly go into your inventory and just kind of see what you've got. If you're getting any that are close to 99, like I said, be sure to use them, or just go and sell them off and make some easy money. Now, before we go any further, if you guys weren't aware, I do actually have a free tier to my Patreon. Yes, free Patreon, where you can gain access to the private Discord, as well as gaining the ability to vote on all the content you see across each of our channels. And on top of that, anyone who is a free member will automatically be entered into any giveaways that I do throughout the year. I'm going to be giving away some merch at some point. I'm also going to be giving away some video games. And on top of that, I'm going to be giving away a couple of lightsabers throughout this year. So if that is something you guys are interested in, be sure to go and check out the Patreon. Becoming a free member will automatically enter you into any of those giveaways, and the link to that is down in the description. So be sure to go and check it out. Click that button that says join for free. But with that being said, let's get stuck back into the video. Now, another mistake that is very, very easy to make early on, and this is unfortunately something that I did, is spending a lot of my folio skills on the synergy abilities. Now, don't get me wrong, the synergy abilities are absolutely great. They are not only just so much fun to use, but they are also very good, and they just look absolutely awesome at the same time. But the thing is that they do take quite a while to earn within a battle. On the flip side of that, the synergy skills, however, don't require the ATB points in the same way that the abilities do. So you can use these almost like your regular abilities, where you're still combining with a teammate, but it's not using those ATB points, where you've got to like earn 3 points with each character to use them, for example. And it makes these a little bit more worth spending your folio points on because you can just simply use them more often. Now, with that being said, you can at any point reset all of your skill points and stuff in that folio skill tree. So this isn't the end of the world. If you have done this already, you can actually go back and sort of reset and spend those folio skill points a little bit more wisely. But that is definitely worth knowing that yes, the synergy abilities are absolutely awesome, but realistically you can only use them like once or twice per boss fight, for example, whereas the synergy skills themselves, they can be used a hell of a lot more often. Now, last but not least, a very easy mistake to be made is neglecting the combat simulator. If you guys haven't used the combat simulator, this thing is absolutely awesome. I initially thought that it was just going to be a bit of a practice arena and that it wouldn't really help in any way other than just practicing movesets and stuff like that. But no, this thing actually gives you full XP. You can also earn stuff like materia and even summons, which are going to come in very, very clutch later in the game. And you get those from completing different challenges within this combat simulator. There are a bunch of different materias that you guys can unlock. Some of these you may have already, but some of them are worth getting for a second time so that you can actually then equip them on another character and have multiple characters with those stronger materia attacks. And like I said, you can unlock some very, very crazy summons. As you guys can see here, I've unlocked the Phoenix summon, and this thing is absolutely clutch when it comes to boss fights. It helps you deal a lot of damage and even just take a little bit of aggro from the boss itself. And you cannot unlock these without using that combat simulator. So make sure you don't neglect that. I think a lot of people will unfortunately overlook it. Not only is it really, really fun, you get some really cool boss fights and stuff in there, but on top of that, it does unlock you some really cool rewards, and you also get XP, so you're leveling up at the same time as well. But that is it for some very easy mistakes you guys can be making in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, as there is plenty more Final Fantasy content on the way. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.